Now, hip-hop had been going on in the Bronx for 5 years before, but it stayed regional. You know, it was in the city. Her son turned her mother on to rap. Big Bank Hank worked at Crispy Crust Pizza on Palisades Avenue. So he was a bouncer at night at a club called Disco Fever. But during the day, he worked at Crispy Crust Pizza on Palisades Avenue. So you would go get your slice of pizza, you go in there, and Hank would be hip, hop, the hip, hip, hop, and he's making pizzas and spinning it, right? So, Mama, you got to hear this rap stuff. So the late, great DJ Hollywood had a residency at a place called Harlem World. So he brings his mom to go see DJ Hollywood. And the DJ's spinning this stuff. And then the next thing you know, Sylvia's so clever. She's like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's hot.
That's great.
I get it. So then, Joey, I want to cut a record. You know, let's go find me some rappers. Find me a rapper. Word got out in Inglewood. Big Bank Hank was the first one because he brings his mom to Crispy Crust and she meets Hank, and Hank's animated. You know what I mean? So he's like, you know, he's Big Bank Hank. You know what I mean? He's straight from South Bronx. You know, knew the vibe, but had a very pleasant, joyous frequency. Hank, I loved Hank. One of my first pedals I ever got in the world came from Hank.
Really?
Totally. Wonder Mike and Guy just happened to catch the wind because all the kids played on Palisades Avenue, hanging out at McDonald's or whatever. So they caught wind that there was auditions. Sylvia was just trying to find one rapper. Mm-hmm. So Sylvia's like, so Wonder Mike and Guy come in, and they're chopping it up with Sylvia. So Sylvia's like, okay, all three of you come to my house. They lived up in Inglewood Cliffs, and we're going to continue the audition here. So they're all in the crib, and Sylvia's choice was to choose one. So, okay, play a beat. They would pass the mic around. Hank, you go first. And then he would go, well, I'm ip the dip, the ladies pip, the women fight for my delight, because I'm the grand master with the 3 MCs. He start rapping these rhymes, right? Pass the microphone over to Guy. He'd rap something. Pass the mic over to Wonder Mike. Wonder Mike with a hip hop, the hip hip hop, and you don't stop. And she's cool. Okay, pass the mic back to Big Bank Hank. Well, I'm ip the dip, the ladies pip. He keeps singing the same rap over again, right? Sylvia could instantly see what was going on. And the backstory of Wonder Mike and Guy, they already had a rap group. They were kind of like real, kind of getting it in. Hank was the bouncer at Disco Fever. So he'd be in the doorway listening to everybody's raps, or one of which was his boy was Grandmaster Caz. So he didn't really have any original lines. Right. He's repeating what Caz, his boy, would say. So they kind of picked that up. And Sylvia was like, you know what? In the middle of the night, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Make it a group.
I like Hank's voice. I like Guy's vibe. And the Wonder Mike is real tall, handsome, sleek. So she was like, you know what? I'm going to use all three of y'all. Genius. And that's how Rapper's Delight was cut. Right. Now, back to let's talk about the data of that. That record was cut. That record went gold in like moments. Mm. It's one of the largest selling 12 inches of all time. Sugarhill's on its knees. They're about to close. They have a hit record. They know it because they took Rapper's Delight, and Joe and Sylvia Robinson still had access to Frankie Crocker from WBLS. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Magic was playing like certain things. He had his Mr. Magic Hour, was the first person to spin hip-hop on BLS Fridays, maybe for a couple hours, right? So Joe puts in a call to Frankie. They play Rapper's Delight on the radio. Fucking radio blows up. Gotta play it again. It's 10, 15 minutes long. So they knew they had a hit. The problem is disc makers wouldn't press the record up because they didn't have the money to do it, or they didn't have the credit to do it. They probably still owe the money from other records. Right. Who bails them out? Mo Levy.
Yeah.
Call Mo up. So if you look at the first, if you have any of you folks got this, the first pressings of Rapper's Delight came out on Roulette Records.
Unbelievable.
For about 2 weeks.
Wow. Then
Morris Levy comes in and goes, okay, we're going to start a new label. I'm going to restructure the stuff. What do you want to call the label? Sylvia's from Sugar Hill, Harlem. Yeah, I want to call it Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill blows up. It was like, I remember doing the first gigs with them. It was like, might as well have been with the Beatles, man. It was rap was just,
And
You
they
go-
stayed.
They stayed in 96 West Street. So what's the first thing they do? Build the Westlake Studios. They were making so much money that they had to figure out ways how to, just
write off.
write it off.
Yeah.
It happens like a flash. I mean, I'm talking like within weeks. Next thing you know, I'm in Hartford, Connecticut, chilling out. Leo's Welfare Disco. I hear 8 Notes. Rapper's Delight. 4 days later, I'm back at All Platinum. We go right in the studio, start recording.
For extras from the episodes, like playlists, links, and videos, head over to gearclubpodcast.com. Sign up for the newsletter, and come say hi and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Gear Club Podcast. Thanks for listening.
And please, if you like what you hear, let us know and leave a review.